Welcome to Dacey's Divas. Hi, I'm your host, Dacey. Today, we have a true diva out there making a difference. She is incredibly smart, talented, well-educated. She has served on numerous boards helping educate women and young girls of all ages. She is a huge asset throughout the greater Lowell area and the Lowell community. And please welcome this well-known philanthropist, Jennifer Meehan.
Thank you so much, Dacey. Thanks for having me here today.
Well, you know what? I can attest to all of these things about you. You are a class act. I've known you for years. We're friends.
Too kind.
But you're always gracious, you're kind, and you're always on your game. You're smart. You know how to run your businesses.
Sound like my mom.
I know, really? Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And you're an incredible mom. So let's talk a little bit about who you are to the viewers. Some might not know you, where you're from.
Sure. So my name's Jennifer Meehan. I grew up in Rhode Island. My parents still live there, actually, in the home that I grew up in.
Nice.
I went to the University of Rhode Island and then moved to Massachusetts in my 20s, and I've been here ever since.
Yes.
I moved to the Lowell area almost 25 years now,
Wow.
so I've been here a while. And I currently live in Lowell and in Boston, and with my husband and our children.
Yes, and now you have two beautiful daughters you have raised.
Yes.
And they're doing well, Ella and Caroline.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
And one's going to Lawrence Academy.
She is, and the other one is at Holy Cross. And I now have two boys in my life as well.
Right.
So they're 24 and 21, so we're very busy.
Yes.
As a family.
And Jen just recently got married a few years ago.
That's right.
I was lucky enough to go to the wedding. It was an extravaganza in Boston.
Thank you.
And you married Marty Meehan, which is president of UMass Lowell. Chancellor of UMass Lowell, president of UMass
System, yes.
And he was a congressman many years ago.
Yes.
And I've known Marty and you, and I think that I love your relationship.
Oh, thank you.
You're perfect together, but what I admire the most, because you brought up your children, is he has two grown boys.
Yes.
You have two beautiful girls.
Yes.
But you all get together.
We do.
Just blend perfectly.
Yes.
And I've seen the dynamics when I've been invited to a few of your events. And tell me how important that is, Jen.
Well, it's all about family, right? And so, you know, there's nothing more important, I think, as a parent than seeing your children happy. And so, you know, just blending a family together, giving children what they need.
Right.
And, you know, I don't think kids can have too many adults to love them. So
and it takes the pressure off of you, which it's a great relationship all around.
Yes.
So I'm happy for you.
Thanks very much.
Yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
happy.
Thank you.
All right, now we have a new venture. You just started back in February at the Lowell Community Health Center.
I did. I started at the Lowell Community Health Center. I am their Chief Advancement and External Relations Officer.
Wow.
And with that, I oversee all elements of external relations. So that includes marketing, advancement, and government relations. So it's a terrific opportunity, and I'm excited to be there. I'm encouraged every day. You know, I've said to people, it's a great mission, it's a great team that I work with. I think someone has a picture of my new team that they're going to.
He's going to flash the
team.
And you said that you love it there. Oh, there you are.
There I am.
So that's your team.
With
Are
my
they
new
all in the
team.
same department with you?
Yep, so all in external relations. We have the director of media relations there, the director of advancement, and two other team members as well who support the marketing efforts.
Wow.
So no, it's a good group of people. Like I said, the mission's terrific. You know, it's interesting. I've been in Lowell for 25 years.
Yes.
I've always thought incredibly highly of the health center. But, you know, now that I'm behind the doors and under the roof, it's really an incredible place. You know, I didn't realize that, you know, one half of children, Lowell's children, receive their primary care at the health center. 1/3 of all Lowellians get their primary care at the health center.
Which is incredible.
Which is incredible, right. You know, there are over 60 languages and dialects that we're able to provide care in. So it's a very special place. The highlights of some of my days take place in the elevators, just riding the elevators with patients. And, you know, it's a very joyful place
great.
with very grateful patients who are able to access the highest quality health care in a space that works for them.
And it was established in 1970.
That's right, and it's grown, over the decades.
Yes.
And, now there are over 130,000 visits a year.
That's amazing.
No, it really is. And there's, such a breadth of services that are provided. I mentioned primary care earlier, but, that really breaks down to pediatrics, family medicine, primary care. We have a great entity within the health center known as the Meta Health Center, which is really something that's super unique nationwide. It's a space that provides expert care in refugee patients, but in particular patients who've gone through trauma due to their forced migration. Super special group of people that run that. We also have a patient walk-in center. We have an eye care center. So it's really, a wraparound opportunity for patients, many of whom are challenged with transportation, language barriers, any number of obstacles. So we really try to have everything under one roof. And it's funny, most people say to me, how do people have insurance? How do they pay for their care? And many people do have insurance or don't, but if they don't and they come to the health center, one of our community health workers or patient navigators will work with them to onboard into an insurance program. So it really does provide no shortage of services to folks and really provides them with everything they need.
And not to mention, it's a beautiful building. They have beautiful artwork everywhere. I've been in there a few times in the past to, check it out, and it's beautiful. So it's a nice environment to work in.
Thanks very much. Yeah, no, it is. It's a really terrific space, and it takes up almost a city block right there on Jackson Street. And something special that we have coming up in the next 2 years we're working on is building out one of the empty spaces. It's one of the few empty spaces that we have that currently isn't in use, but we're building a family medicine residency program. Wow. So, most of your viewers, people who are reading the papers, know that there's a shortage in primary care. And so we're working to address that issue by launching a residency program for residents to train in our space with our family medicine practitioners to learn in a culturally sensitive environment with incredible, rich, diverse patient population. So we're working actively to fundraise for that right now and to build that out. So that's super exciting, and we're planning to launch that in July of 2026.
Are you going to be involved in the fundraising too, Jen? Because you're a pro at that.
Very much involved, yes.
Good. Well, they've got a great woman. They're very lucky.
Thank you. Well, I'm lucky to be there, so.
But you formerly were at Lowell General Hospital.
Correct.
You were the director of development.
Correct.
And you were very well known because everyone loved you, but you raised a lot of money and you fundraised.
Thank you. Well, yes, I mean, people talk about Lowell, and yes, I'm at the Community Health Center now, and I was at Lowell General Hospital prior to that. And one of the very special things about Lowell is, there are no shortage of great causes in this community. Lowell's an incredibly philanthropic city. Most people that I meet outside of Lowell are surprised at, how many fundraisers, events that there are going on. You know them all. But one of the other great things that I think is notable is how, regardless of whatever nonprofit you might be working for at the time, how the nonprofit leaders in our community really do root for each other. As you can attest, when you go to an event, you see other leaders supporting other nonprofits, which is nice.
It is nice. But you see it on Facebook.
You see it on Facebook. Everyone cheers for each other.
Yes, I do.
So, recently we had an article that ran in the Lowell Sun
I saw that.
on our new pharmacy that's going to be opening soon in our patient walk-in center.
That's excellent.
It is. I'll speak about that in a second. But, within hours of that getting posted online, I heard from a well-known nonprofit leader in the community who always does this, congratulating us on great press or whatever might come our way. So people really do root for each other in the nonprofit nonprofit community.
That person
here.
will be invited to the party immediately.
Yes, of course, of course.
That's excellent.
Yes, so the patient walk-in center and the pharmacy that we will be opening soon, really interesting. Of our 1,000 patients that we see a day, 30 to 50% of those require pharmacy care. They need to access a pharmacy, and transportation is an issue for many of our patients, so having a pharmacy right on site is mission critical.
It's going to be perfect.
It's going to be perfect, and we have one now, but we've really outgrown the footprint, and we're launching our own, and so we're hard at work on that project. But it'll be a great asset, not only to the patients of the health center, but I think to anyone living downtown, as it will be open to the public, even if you're not an official patient of the health center.
Well, they're very lucky to have you, because I know you received your master's a few years ago. Please tell us about that, and then I want to get into a couple of things about that.
I did. So right before pandemic, I made the decision to go back to school and earn a master's degree, and it was really important to me. At the time, I was a single parent. I was working full time, and the notion of taking on a master's program was a little overwhelming, and so I selected a program that was 100% online, and it was really terrific to go through the process. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it's a lot of work. Hats off to any working parent who manages, pursuing a degree at the same time, but I was able to do it in 2.5 years. It was a great experience for me. I loved what my children drew from it was that, education is so important. They saw how I really did struggle at times to get it all done.
But you did it.
I did it.
I was so admired by you.
Thank you.
Really impressed, because I was like, wow, when we had conversations about this, you were raising your 2 daughters.
Yes.
You were working over 100 million hours a week, seriously.
Yes.
Then you're doing events at night.
Something like that, right?
And then you're studying, and you did it.
Yes, no, I know. But, anything, look, it was worth it, and I'd advise anyone, you can get it done. It's just one day at a time, and, you'll hit the finish line before you know it. But the master's degree was in nonprofit management and philanthropy. Really interesting subject matter to me personally, and it was terrific to work alongside other colleagues from around the world, actually, because it was an online program, who work in philanthropy in one way, shape, or form. So it was a cool program.
I know you've done so much philanthropic work. You're amazing.
Thank
really.
you.
Talk a little bit about the behavioral. You were going to talk about little bit about
behavioral health. Sure. Yeah. So that's an area of personal interest, and something that the behavioral health program at Lowell Community Health Center is amazing. We provide in-person therapy we do telehealth appointments. I just read a statistic about how many, it's 20,000 behavioral health appointments a year, which is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
We also have school-based health the school-based health center within Lowell High, and as part of that,
I didn't know that.
Yes, and as part of that, there are behavioral health services, which
that's a great service.
Everyone knows. Behavioral health touches every family, and certainly with children and youth, it's certainly a very pressing issue. So to have that embedded within a high school is super important, and something we're really proud of. So
it should be.
Yeah. So I think any work that can be done in our community to support behavioral health efforts. I don't think that there's a family in the Commonwealth, including mine, that hasn't been impacted by behavioral health in some way, shape, or form. So I'm happy to be, working for an organization that supports those efforts. So
that's great, Jen.
Yeah.
Now you are a world traveler. You amaze me. You and your husband, you travel here, there. When I was in Greece, you were in Greece after.
That's right. That was my first time in Greece, right?
We are very lucky that you came on the show today, because you just flew in from the Vatican.
I did.
Can you show the pictures from beautiful Rome? So you're here.
Here we are, I know.
So what was it, the Pontifical Academy
right,
Science?
so The Pope puts on an entity or oversees an entity called the Pontifical Academy for Sciences and Social Sciences, and has a group of academics from around the world advise him on a number of topics. And so the chancellor at UMass Boston is heavily involved in the academy, and put together a terrific program just last week that focused on climate crisis. And so there were leaders from around the world who took part. The governor of Massachusetts, Governor Healy, was there, the governor of California, the governor of New York, and then mayors from around the world took part. And it was a 3-day conference and included an audience with the Pope, something that we were
what history.
Incredibly
what a great
blessed
experiment
to be
right?
part of.
I know. And there's Marty.
There he is, yeah.
He looked sweet, the Pope. Was he nice?
He was very kind. I was overwhelmed, honestly.
He looked beautiful,
when I
though.
had that minute to just, be present with him. So he had very kind eyes, and he looked very well. He walked
I was going to ask you
the
that.
room. He looked very well.
It must be beautiful there.
It is.
Yeah.
It's.
Is that the first time you've ever been?
No. We've been to Rome before. We've been to this conference before, but this was the first time that we were.
That you've met him.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So really terrific.
What a wonderful experience.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That is wonderful. Now, I have a couple women questions.
Okay.
Who's a role model for a woman in your life, Jen?
Oh, a role model. So, I think everyone says their mom, right?
Yes.
So certainly my mom, was a driving force in our home growing up, and I see all of the sacrifices she made. She's also a very faithful person. When I spent time actually when we were in the Vatican thinking of my parents and their faith and how important it was to them that we grew up with faith. But I think also with women, just some of the colleagues that I've had along the way, I think have been really special. Yes, between mentorship and also friendship at different points in my life. We all have different positions, and I maintain friendships and relationships with every job I've ever had. And it really does, when you look at the totality of your work life, you're able to kind of patch it together. And there have been women along the way who've been great at different parts of my professional life.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, you're a woman. You always take care of women, too. And
Thank you.
You've served on numerous boards in the past, and you've helped mentor women, educate women. Tell me a little bit about how great that is to take care of women.
Sure. So, in thinking of some of the nonprofit boards that I've served on, I think there are certainly some common threads, and boards that support women and children, whether it's Women Working Wonders Fund, which I know that you've been involved in, and in Girls Inc. I've spent some time on their board, a few years back. But
Notre Dame Academy.
Right, Notre Dame Academy. But I think that, that it's important for women to support other women, and there's certainly a common thread in terms of organizations that I've spent time with. So
and you sure have supported women.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think for young women, it's important. The world's complicated, and it's tough to be young now. So any mentorship that women can provide to young girls who are coming up in their careers, whether it's I think the importance of answering a call, an email, getting back to people, and providing mentorship to young women who are looking for some direction with their career. Everyone needs a break, right? And so sometimes it's great to be on the other end of providing the break. So,
if you had a magic wand what would you wish for the young women out there today in this type of an environment, Jen?
A magic wand for women in this, I would say equity, right? Equity along all, in all lanes, right? So I think that, there's, yes, I would say equity for women in opportunity, in pay, in their rights, equity across the board. I think we still have, as we're seeing, in our world right now, we still have a long way to go.
Can you believe we're wrapping up?
No, I can't.
All
You
right.
told me this would fly.
I know. You did amazing.
Have I really been talking for this long?
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to say, Jen?
No, I thank you so much for the opportunity. Dacey, I love your commitment to the greater Lowell community and what you do to, give everyone a great shot to talk about the organizations that are making a difference.
Yeah, but it's important to tell your story and all these incredible women like yourself.
Thank you so much.
Really makes a difference.
Thank you. You're great.
I had to give you my traditional Godiva chocolate, the diva in you.
Thank you. This won't stand a chance. Thank you.
And anyone knows an incredible diva like Jennifer Meehan, please reach out to me or the studio, and we would love to hear another great story. Thank you for watching Dacey's Divas, and I will see you soon.